Good morning. It's Sunday, March 16th. I'm Lisa Evers in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. We begin with breaking news. Police say they responded to an incident in Times Square where a 45-year-old man was found set on fire. It happened at 41st Street and 7th Avenue early this morning. The man was taken to the Weill Cornell burn unit in stable condition. No arrests at this time. And a big rally against concerns over cuts by the federal government to vital programs such as Medicaid and Medicare. Republicans are considering billions of dollars in cuts. The Trump administration says it is not considering Medicaid and Medicare cuts, but will be laying off Social Security workers. Checking the forecast today, morning fog and gusty winds. Tonight, rain arrives, a thunderstorm possible. Tomorrow, rain lingers. How much time do you need at the airport before your flight? Well, typically travelers give themselves between 2 and 3 hours. But a new TikTok challenge has many showing up just 15 minutes before departure. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso takes a look at the trend that's cutting it close.
Traveling by plane can be stressful from the moment you book a flight. But imagine being up against time, rushing to get on that flight. And that is where the Airport Theory Challenge was born. TikTokers taking traveling stress to another level, arriving at the airport just 15 minutes before departure. The now viral trend has hundreds of millions of views. The logic behind it? Why waste time at the airport? So we had to find out for ourselves if people are really up for this challenge. So we came here to LaGuardia Airport to interview some passengers.
I absolutely could not do it in 15 minutes. Is there a trick to doing it?
We're actually here 3 hours early right now, so we're just waiting.
I would be anxious about it, yeah.
I don't think I could do it in 15 minutes.
But I'm always up for a challenge.
Renata loves a challenge. Although she arrived with plenty of time to spare, she says she thinks she can speed through TSA.
I'm pretty tardy most of the time anyway, so, why not try to rush it a little more, push it a little bit more, and see if I couldn't make it to my gate in 15 minutes.
Those passengers who have tried it, well, not everyone made it to the gate on time.
I have to get there at least like an hour and a half early and see my gate and sit by my gate.
Get a snack, stop at Starbucks. That's all part of the experience.
A challenge like this, you may not want to try at a busy airport. And if you do, be prepared to miss your flight. Oh, and one more thing. TSA pre-check doesn't count. At LaGuardia, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
President Trump signing legislation yesterday to fund the government through September and end the threat of a partial government shutdown. The bill largely keeps spending at levels set during Joe Biden's presidency, but also includes a $13 billion cut to non-defense spending and a $6 billion increase to defense spending. The Senate passed the legislation yesterday in a 54-46 party line vote. Enough Democrats helped advance it, saying a government shutdown would be worse than letting the funding bill pass.
Had there been a shutdown, the administration could decide how long it would take, which offices would be allowed to continue to remain open and which not.
Democrats opposed to the legislation say it shortchanges health care, housing, and other priorities. A new Hollywood production company is breaking the mold. Staircase Studios AI is merging the expertise of screenwriters and AI specialists to create films at a fraction of the price. Industry experts are optimistic about the use of AI, but Fox 5's Arthur Chien found out movie lovers aren't sold on the idea.
Hello, I'm Johanna Schaft.
Recognize this actor? Probably not, because she does not exist. She's an AI creation and the star of a new movie, The Woman with Red Hair, a full-length feature film nearing release. It's written by a real person, voiced by real people, but what you see is entirely created by AI, the product of Staircase Studios, an AI maker of movies.
Staircase Studios, which is the newest arrival, is a signal that some big players are serious about the space.
Staircase Studios combines heavy hitters from Hollywood, including Pixar movies, and it's just released the first 5 minutes of their first AI movie, a dramatic thriller set in a different era in Europe as a student leads a fight against Nazi forces. The studio says they can keep costs down to $500,000 a movie and plans to crank out 30 projects within the next 4 years, a price and pace unheard of for Hollywood studios. We asked moviegoers if they're ready for humans to disappear from films.
I don't think so. I like my old-fashioned movies.
You want real people?
I want real people.
If I had a hesitation, it's because I have friends who are actors, and I feel really, really badly.
Yeah.
In that regard, I'm not ready.
Industry observers point out movies already heavily rely on technology for their special effects. In the recent feature with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, the actors were de-aged for their scenes as teenagers onto when they were in their 80s. The AI movie studio says they are determined to keep humans as part of this process, and they are working within the rules set by the Writers and Actors Union, which, if you remember, went on strike 2 years ago, partly because of the fear of what AI might do to disrupt their business. Well, that plot line is now being tested. While the woman with red hair doesn't have a release date just yet, it's clear when it comes to fully AI-generated films, its time has arrived. In Kips Bay, Arthur Chien, Fox 5 News.
A global movement is underway that advocates for people with Parkinson's disease. The neurodegenerative disorder can cause tremors and slow movement. To help cope and slow down progression, people are picking up a new sport, ping pong. Fox 5's Kendall Green takes us to one of the club's meetings.
Nanad Bach has played some incredible gigs in his lifetime, including Woodstock, which he'll never forget.
This is the first time, actually, that I thought I'm levitating after the performance, like just a couple of inches above the ground.
But 2010 brought an unpredicted pivot from playing his guitar.
Because of Parkinson, I couldn't play syncopation anymore. And by coincidence, my friend invited me here to this versus the table tennis club.
There, he played ping pong that day, then the next day, and felt 50% better. He tried the following week, and he kept improving, so he kept at it.
4 months later, I could play syncopation. So I said, if it helped me, why not others?
Nanad thought to start Ping Pong Parkinson's for his peers also battling the disease, a progressive neurological disorder that affects movement, balance, and coordination. He took the concept to his friend Will Shorts, who at first was puzzled.
I didn't think this would be successful, but there was no harm in trying.
8 years, 25 countries, and 300 chapters later, Ping Pong Parkinson's is helping those with Parkinson's around the globe. Participants say it helps them with their hand and eye coordination, mobility, and social interactions.
It just gives them the ability to play, and afterwards they're all peppy and they look great.
Sally Eckelman's watched Parkinson take its toll on her husband, Joe.
He has a great sense of humor, and we've spent our 41 years of married life joking with each other all the time. And I was starting to notice that he would say a joke, but he wasn't like smiling.
And thankfully, she's watched him get his smile back. It helps him. And how much does that help you?
That helps me because I like to see him happy.
Now, the idea makes even more sense to Shorts, who, after a stroke a year ago, is finding his strength too.
So what we started here in Westchester is now a worldwide movement for Parkinson's patients.
Now, the organization certainly doesn't turn away anyone who wants to play ping pong, and they don't turn away donations either. So if you're watching this and you want to help out with research, you can visit pingpongparkinson.org.
We didn't conquer Parkinson, but we conquered the fear of Parkinson. We don't have fear anymore.
Kendall Green, Fox 5 News.
A very colorful time at the South Street Seaport, hundreds turning out for Holi, or the Festival of Colors, the annual event marking the arrival of spring and the victory of good over evil, and one of the main customs is to throw colored powders on family and friends.
I mean, it's amazing that so many people from different cultures are doing this as well, and it's not just Indian people. I think it's really cool.
Holi celebrations also included delicious food, music, and dancing. Well, it appears that New Yorkers like their Sauvignon Blanc. A recent poll shows overwhelming support for allowing wine sales in New York grocery stores. According to the Siena poll, 80% of New Yorkers approve. The state is just one of 10 that still prohibits wine from being sold in supermarkets. Any bill to change the law would have to pass both houses of the state legislature and be signed into law by Governor Hochul. A final check of the forecast today: morning fog and gusty winds. Tonight, rain arrives, thunderstorm possible. Tomorrow, rain lingers. And that does it for us this morning. I'm Lisa Evers. Have a great day. Remember, Fox 5 News is always streaming here on the Fox Local app, where you can also stream our latest Street Soldiers episodes. Have a great day.